I want to tell you about some motherfucking reefer that I had got a hold of. Yeah, from my cousin Eric. I goes by, knocks on the door. I do what I normally do. I knock on the door and I kick the bottom of the door. That's a hint on that it's me. Everybody got their ways of purchasing their reefer. So I goes in, hey cuz, what's up? We give up the love, the hugs, and all that heroic nigga shit. You know how that shit goes. And I said, look, I'm trying to go to Africa, and I need a boost. He said, okay. Now, he said, cuz, this is some new shit that I have invented and created, and no one else has had this shit but me, and now it's about to be you. I said, okay, you got my attention, nigga. What's happening? Because, you know, when we hear shit like that, y'all, about reefer, we, nigga, am I making a deal? Can I give you 8 for it? You know, shit like that. He said, cuz, this is called liquid chromium reefer. Huh? He said it again. Liquid chromium reefer. Now, I ain't never heard no shit like that, and I kind of got a little nervous because, see, I've heard of some fucked up ass reefer, but liquid chromium reefer might have been the most bizarre shit I've ever heard. And I said, okay, what it looks like and what it tastes like, and how'd you make it? And he said, first of all, cuz, what I did was I took a trip out to San Francisco. I got me some mushrooms. You know, the ones that grow on the ground. You can get them at Walmart too, but they ain't the ones that you really and truly want. But we'll just say you can get them at Walmart. I said, okay. He said he brought it back to the abstract and he broke it down to a point where it dehydrated itself to a point where it was dry, and he crushed it. Yeah, and he had a little bit of water to it, and he mixed it up and did something with a tube machine that goes around 382,000 times RPMs, same thing, revolution per minute. And he said he took it out and he put it in a chrome tube, like the ones that they have in the hospitals. You know, the ones they use for AIDS, not that other tube. That's like a glass tube. It was a chrome tube. He said you got to put it in the chrome. You can't put it in the metal. I said, all right, I'm listening, bro. And he said he puts it in there and then he goes and gets the reefer. Now you got to go to the store and get a shake and bake. Yeah, a shake and bake bag. Right. Well, you got to buy the whole box, bro. You just can't go down to the Arabs and ask for the bag and not the meat and all the shit to go with it. So just buy the whole goddamn box. It's gonna cost you $5.99. Arab store might cost you $6.75. Doesn't matter. Just go get it. I said, okay. You take that motherfucking bag. You don't put none of the flavors, the seasoning in there. You just put the motherfucking herb in there, and that's the reefer. Yeah. And then he takes that liquid chromium tube and he pours it in the bag. And he ziplocks it up and he shakes it and throws it on the table. Now, I'm looking at my cuz like this motherfucker done lost his goddamn mind. I'm trying to go on this motherfucking trip to Africa, and he over here got me sitting here looking at this bullshit. He been concocted the fuck up. I don't know where he got it from, but so far, it's not doing what I'm thinking it's supposed to do because it's just sitting there on the table. And as I begin to think and wonder in my mind, the bag began to swell. Yeah. And I said, bro, it's swelling up. It's about to pop. And it popped. And he smelt it. And he said it was ready. Now, when I smoked this liquid chromium reefer, y'all, he said, what it tastes like, cuz? I hit it. And I put it out. I said, I gotta go, man. This shit ain't no different than the reefer that you had earlier. He said, okay, cuz. So I gave him $8 for that shit. Now, when I got the fuck home to the house, I somehow made it to Africa. Yeah, that's the trip that I was trying to go to fuck on. Because, see, when I smoke reefer, I can go anywhere I want to go in my mind. That's just how that shit is. And Africa is just one of the places that I like to go when I'm high on reefer. Now, when I normally get to Africa on reefer, I'm usually in like the safari area where there's animals, and none of them are violent or anything like that. I mean, it's peaceful. It's beautiful. It's a serenity. It's tranquility to me. But this chromium reefer that I smoked, I was in a very, very violent area. Yeah. And I said, okay. And as I was looking around, I ran into an African man, and he came up to me and says, you need to look at this here. What is this? It is a tradition. Now, I had to dig in my nose on that one. because when he said what I thought he said, but he didn't say, but he said it, and I wasn't for sure if that's what he said. I began to roll what I picked out of my nose into a point where I thought maybe this motherfucker said tradition, but I wasn't for sure. But I knew if there was something on my finger that I pulled out my nose, it was a good indication that I heard him right. And I did, because I was able to roll a little small pebble of sand, because that's what it turned to, because I kept rolling it slowly. I was high on that chromium reefer. And I looked back over at him and he said, tradition. He did it. I said, okay. Now I looks at this motherfucking video that he shows me. He's running from something. I don't know what the fuck he was running from, but he was breathing real hard, and I was kind of nervous on what it was that he was trying to show me. And what he had showed me, he said, this is a tradition on how to become a heroic nigga. Yeah, he said heroic nigga, yeah. And basically, some motherfucker over there in this high-ass motherfucking liquid chromium dream that I'm having, and I'm loving, and I'm having a ball in this shit, but at the same time I'm reluctant because I don't know why I'm really visualizing this shit in this motherfucking episode that I'm having on this liquid chromium reefer. It could be the hallucinogenic from that fucking mushroom, but I ain't sure. But when I get back to the States, I'm gonna ask my cuz. There was a man that they just took out of nowhere, went in his hut, kicked it in like they was SWAT here in America, grabbed this motherfucker, wife is screaming, the kids are screaming, and they took this man and ripped him down to his bare fucking balls. Yeah, he was butt naked. And I'm looking at this shit, and I look over at him, I says, man, I don't want to see this homosexual shit. And I'm thinking that's what it was, but it wasn't. He was trying to tell me, tradition for you. They took this nigga and threw him on a silverback gorilla, butt naked. Yeah, while the gorilla was standing on all fours looking the opposite direction, and it wasn't nothing fucking good. But the chromium reefer was trying to tell me how you have to be a heroic nigga when you come back from the reality of your own perception of reality, which is being high on liquid chromium reefer. You got to go do some heroic shit, and that was some heroic shit because this motherfucker let them throw him slow motion onto a silverback gorilla in the jungle. And he got fucked up, but he was able to make it away, and now he's king of the motherfucking neighborhood and shit. Yeah, so the moral to it is, y'all, every now and then you got to do some heroic shit when you getting high, and you got to be able to do heroic shit in the realization of life when you're not high. And that's what I'm trying to do, y'all. I'm trying to keep things as balanced as I possibly can in this fucked up world that we call the United States of America. Yeah, now we got two African Americans running for president, and we don't know which one of these motherfuckers is real or fake, but at the same time we got a good idea one ain't really doing what it is that they need to do, because where I'm from, bipartisan means you go both motherfucking ways. That means you're willing to accept whatever comes because you're trying to maintain a form of peace. In other words, where I'm from, the hood, the ghetto, the project, which is Windsor Terrace in Columbus, Ohio, that means if you're a bipartisan nigga, that means that you ain't got no problem fucking bitches and getting fucked in your ass by niggas, period. That's called being bipartisan because you're trying to maintain some form of peace. So I don't know where Obama's getting this bipartisan shit from, because where I'm from, again, we don't know nothing about that, and we don't have bipartisan. It's either one motherfucking way. You gotta let these motherfuckers know that they fucking the fuck up and they telling you some shit that you ain't going to fuck for, or you gonna keep letting these motherfuckers fuck you in your ass in a psychological manner. So I think Obama need to smoke him some motherfucking liquid chromium reefer. I don't know what to say about that other motherfucking nigga. I just don't know about him. But I'm Maxine Alexander, and that's another trip in my mind that took place while I was smoking some liquid fucking chromium reefer. Yeah, it's the new fucking thing, yo. It's not bad at all. It'll wake you the fuck up. Peace. I'm out. Take care.